Behind every English sentence lies a pattern, a theme that sets the topic and a rheme that delivers new information about the topic. Once you see it, TOEFL reading stops being a guessing game and becomes a skill you can control. When you skim a passage, focus on the theme and rheme relationship. The theme is the starting point or the topic of a sentence. It typically represents what the sentence is about and sets the context for the information that follows. The theme is often the first part of the sentence and provides a framework for understanding the rest of the message. For example, in the sentence, climate change affects global agriculture by increasing the frequency of extreme weather events. Climate change is the theme of the sentence. The theme usually appears at the beginning of the clause, and it often overlaps with the grammatical subject of the sentence. Affects global agriculture by increasing the frequency of extreme weather events is the rheme of the sentence. The rheme usually begins after the theme and extends to the end of the sentence. It often overlaps with the predicate and the verb phrase. The rheme is the part of the sentence that provides new information about the theme. It adds detail, elaborates, or provides the main point of a sentence. When skimming a passage, pay special attention to the second part of sentences, because this is where you will find the most critical and specific details that expand on the topic introduced in the theme. Understanding the theme and rheme structure can be especially useful when skimming a passage, because it helps you quickly identify key ideas. Let's see how it works in practice. Here's a prompt on social media from writing for an academic discussion task. To grasp the key ideas, we read the first sentence and then skim the rest of the passage by focusing on the theme and rheme pattern. In the first sentence, social media is the theme and the starting point. Has a negative impact on relationships is the rheme. It is the main claim and the writer's position. Because it often leads to misunderstandings is another rheme, and the reason behind the writer's belief. The theme in the second sentence, the lack of tone, facial expression, and body language, establishes context. The rhemes, such as misinterpreting, cause conflict, hurt feelings, tension that could have been avoided in face-to-face conversations, expand on the topic, and make it easier to understand what the writer means. Even if you don't read the entire passage and focus mainly on the rhemes, you are still highly likely to grasp its overall meaning. In the passage on social media, the main idea is that social media can hurt relationships. Due to the lack of tone, facial expressions, and body language, people may misinterpret messages. This leads to tensions, conflicts, or hurt feelings. Please keep in mind that this technique is applicable only when the task requires you to skim the passage to grasp the overall idea. When a reading question asks for specific information, you will need to resort to other techniques.